Hello, I'm Tom Mullens of Thomas Mullens Counseling, and I'd like to take a couple of minutes to talk about asking for help. Sometimes admitting we have a problem can be frightening. The thought of actually reaching out and asking someone else for help, well, that can be very frightening. When most of us were growing up, we were taught that we should be strong and independent. We learned that when things in our life become overwhelming or if our circumstances are too much to handle, that we really should learn to deal with it on our own. Or more likely, we convince ourselves that the problem really isn't all that serious, and it will probably go away on its own if we just ignore it. Unfortunately, most of us also learned that if we did reach out and ask for help, well, that probably means that there's something wrong with us, that we're weak, that we're defective, that somehow we're just not good enough. In her groundbreaking research on shame and vulnerability, Dr. Brene Brown concluded that for men especially, the primary shame trigger is to be perceived as weak. And as a result, we will go to any length to avoid being seen as weak, to avoid being seen as fearful, to avoid being seen as a failure. Fortunately, Dr. Brown also has some good suggestions on how to take the first steps out of this dilemma. The first step is to let go of the need to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion, and perfectionism is self-destructive. The desire to be perceived as perfect results in an attempt to do everything right and to control all the circumstances of our lives, something that is simply not possible. I have to confess, I'm not perfect, and in my travels, I've never met anyone else who's perfect either. The second step is a willingness to let go of perfectionism and to embrace gentle humility. That kind of humility that allows us to admit we have fears, we have doubts, and we're not really as together as we would like other people to believe. The third step is to dig deep inside ourselves and find the courage to reach out for help. Now, this could be a support person, an organized support group, or even a professional counselor like myself. Now, sometimes when a person first begins counseling, they can identify a problem or a concern in their lives. But sometimes it's just a feeling that something isn't going right or that they need someone to talk to. So if you would like to talk to someone about a problem or a concern you're having, please don't hesitate to write me at thomasmullenscounseling@gmail.com. Thank you very much.